Hello students, in this lecture we'll talk about normal spaces and some results related to it. So first we have a definition of the normal space. A topological space X is a normal space if for any two disjoint closed sets of X, then there exist two disjoint open sets of X such that one open set is containing one closed set and other open set is containing other closed set. So graphically we can say, if we take topological space X and there are two closed sets A and B, these are disjoint closed sets. So these lines represents that these sets are closed. Then there exist two disjoint open sets U and V, such that U is containing set A and V is containing set B. Then we can say that X is a normal space. So here we can define two other spaces also, so that we can compare these three spaces, that is Hausdorff space and regular space, and Hausdorff space is also called T2 space. If we take a topological space X and there are two distinct elements of X, then there exist two open set U and V, such that one open set is containing X and other open set is containing Y. Then X is a T2 space. And in the regular space, if we take a topological space X and take a arbitrary element of X and one closed set A, then there exist two open sets, these are disjoint, such that one open set is containing X element and other open set is containing closed set A. Then X is a regular space. So here we can see how these two disjoint open sets are separated from each other in these spaces. Further, we have some examples on the normal space. In the first example, we have every discrete space with at least 2 points is a normal space. So in the first topology is a discrete topology, and let A and B be any two disjoint closed sets in X. Then there exist two disjoint open sets and we can take A and B here, because in discrete topological space every subset of X is open as well as closed. So if A and B are closed, then it is open also, A and B, such that A is contained in A and B is contained in B. So we can say that X is a normal space. And the second example, any indiscrete topological space is a normal space. So in the indiscrete topology, we take only phi and X, in which only phi and X are open as well as closed. So similarly here also we can take phi and X are closed set such that phi intersection with X is phi. So these are disjoint closed sets in X. Then there exist phi and X which are open and disjoint also. Such that phi is contained in phi and X is contained in X. Then X is a normal space. Now the third example, let X is a set which is containing A, B and C elements, and tau is a topology on this set X. then this topological space is a normal space. So in the third, topology is a phi x singleton A, singleton B and AB. Now to check the normality of this set X, we take closed sets of this set X by taking complement of each member of the topology. So it is X phi, A complement is BC, B complement is CA and AB complement is C. But there are no disjoint closed sets other than phi, for which we need two disjoint closed sets of X. So for the normality condition, there does not exist any pair of closed sets which are disjoint. So we can say that X is a normal space. Now further we have some results on the normal spaces. Our first result is being a normal space is not a hereditary property. It means if a topological space is a normal space, then its subspace need not be a normal space. So we can prove it by taking one counter example. Let X is a set which is containing A, B, C, D elements, and we define topology on this set X, and it is containing phi X singleton D, BD, CD and BCD. So these are open sets in X. Now find closed sets in X by taking complement of each member of the topology. So phi complement is X, X complement is phi, D complement is set ABC, BD complement is AC, CD complement is AB and BCD complement is singleton A. So for the normality of X, we need two disjoint closed sets in X, but there does not exist any closed set which are disjoint other than phi. So there does not exist so we can say that X is a normal space. Now let us define a subspace of X. Let Y is a subspace of X. Which we define as elements B, C, D. Now we define topology on Y, which is denoted by tau Y, and it is obtained by taking intersection of each member of the topology by Y. Phi intersection with Y is phi, X intersection with Y is Y, singleton D intersection with BCD is singleton D, BD intersection with BCD is BD, and CD intersection with BCD is CD, and it is already BCD, so its intersection with Y is Y only. Now find closed sets of Y by taking complement of these open sets in Y. So phi complement is Y, Y complement is phi, D complement is BC, BD complement is singleton C, and CD complement is singleton B. Now to check the normality of Y, take two disjoint closed sets, that is singleton C and singleton B. But there does not exist any pair of disjoint open sets which satisfy the condition of the normality. So we can say that Y is not a normal space. And we can say that being a normal space is not a hereditary property. Now there is another result based on the subspace of normal space, that is every closed subspace of normal space is normal. So in the previous result we have already shown that subspace of normal space need not be a normal space, but if we take subspace of normal space is closed, then it will be a normal. So for the proof, let X be a normal space and let Y be a closed subspace of X. Then we will prove that Y is also a normal space. So for this, let AY and BY are two closed sets in Y. These are disjoint. As Y is a subspace of X, so we can write AY is equal to A intersection with Y and BY is equal to B intersection with Y, and where A and B are closed sets in X. Now it is given that Y is closed subspace of X. Then every closed sets of Y are also closed in X. Then AY and BY, which are closed in Y, are closed in X, such that AY intersection with Y is empty. So we have two disjoint closed sets in X, and it is given that X is a normal space. So from the definition of normal space, there exist two disjoint open sets U and V, such that AY is contained in U and BY is contained in V. Now Y is a subspace of X, so we have two open sets in X, U and V. So corresponding to these open sets, we can define UY, U intersection with Y, and VY, it is V intersection with Y, are open sets in Y. Now AY, which is a closed in Y, is contained in U as well as in Y. So AY is contained in UY and BY is contained in VY. So we got two open sets in Y. One is containing AY and other is containing BY. So to prove that Y is a normal space, it is sufficient to prove that these are disjoint open sets. So for this, take UY intersection with VY, and it is U intersection with Y intersection with V intersection with Y, and it is U intersection V intersection with Y. So U intersection V is empty, it is phi, so it is phi intersection with Y, it is also empty. So we can say that Y is a normal space. So further we have another result, that is being a normal space is a topological property. Now for the proof, let there are two topological space X1 and y to 2 such that x to 1 be a normal space and f is a homeomorphism map from x to y. Then we will prove that y is also a normal space. So for the proof, let A star and B star be two disjoint closed sets in Y. Now because of the homeomorphism map, it is continuous also. F is a continuous function. Then three images of A star and B star are also closed in X. Then F inverse A star and F inverse B star are closed in X. And it is given that X is a normal space. Since X is a normal, then there exist two open sets U and V such that one open set is containing F inverse A star and other is containing F inverse B star, and these are disjoint also. So from here we can write A star is contained in F of U and B star is contained in F of V, as from the homeomorphism mapping of F is a open map and U and V are open in X, which implies that F of U and F of V are open in Y. Now we got two open sets in Y, such that one open set is containing A star and other open set is containing B star, which are closed in Y. Now it is sufficient to prove that these are disjoint open sets in Y. So take F of U intersection with F of V. Then because of the homeomorphism, we can write U intersection with V. And these are disjoint open sets in X, so it is phi. Then it will also be phi. So we have proved that these are disjoint open sets in Y, such that one open set is containing one closed set, that is A star, and other open set is containing other closed set of Y, which is B star. So which implies that Y is a normal space. Now in this result we have a closed and continuous image of a normal space is normal. So for the proof, let there are two topological spaces X to 1 and Y to 2. In which we take X to 1 is a normal space and we take F is a continuous function from X to Y, and also we take Y is equal to F of set X, which is a closed and continuous image, then we will prove that Y is a normal space. So for this, let A star and B star be any two disjoint closed sets in Y, and it is given that f is a continuous function. So from the continuity, if there are two closed sets in Y, then its inverse image is closed in X also. Then its inverse image is F inverse of A star and F inverse of B star are closed in X, such that if we take intersections of these two closed sets, then it is F inverse of A star intersection with B star, and these are disjoint sets, so it is phi. So we got these are disjoint closed sets in X, and it is given that X is a normal space. So from the definition of normal space, then there exist two disjoint open sets U and V, such that U is containing F inverse of A star and V is containing F inverse of V star. And so further we can write it as A star is contained in F of U and B star is contained in F of V, and U and V are open sets in X. Then their complement are closed in X. These are U complement and V complement. And it is given that Y is equal to F of X is a closed map. Since F is a closed map, then if we take images of U complement and V complement, these are closed in Y. As Y is equal to F of set X, so here we can define two sets, U1, which is Y minus F of U complement, and V1, which is Y minus F of V complement. So if F of U complement and F of V complement are closed in Y, then these are open in Y. Now we got two open sets in Y, so it is sufficient to prove that one open set U1 is containing A star and other is containing B star, and their intersection is empty. Now to prove this, A star is contained in U1 set, we take arbitrary member of A star, such that F inverse A belongs to F inverse A star, and it is further contained in U set. So we got F inverse A belongs to U, which implies that F inverse A does not belongs to U complement, then A does not belongs to F of U complement, then A belongs to Y minus F of U complement, and it is U1. Now we have taken arbitrary element of A star. Now it is in U1. So we can say that A star is contained in U1. And similarly, we can show that B star is contained in B1 also. Now it is sufficient to prove that U1 intersection V1 is empty. So now take U1 intersection with B1, and it is Y minus F of U complement intersection with Y minus F of V complement, and this can also be written as F of U complement and complement in Y intersection with F of V complement of complement, and this can also be written as F of U complement union with F of B complement, then complement of it. Now because of the continuity, we can write U complement union with V complement, then its complement, and U complement V complement is given by, because U intersection V is empty, so if we take complement both sides, it will be U complement union with V complement, and phi complement is X, because U and V are open sets in X. So U complement union V complement is X here. So we get F of X complement, and it is Y complement. So Y complement is phi. So here we have proved that there are two open sets in Y which are disjoint, and one open set is containing A star, that is a closed set in Y, and other open set is containing other closed set in Y. So here we can say that Y, which is F of X, is a normal space. So next one, we have a very important result in the normal spaces. That is, a topological space X is a normal space if and only for any closed set A and open set U which is containing closed set A, then there is at least one another open set V which is also containing A set, such that A is contained in V and V is contained in its closure, then it is further contained in the open set U. So for the proof, let X2 be a normal space. Then we prove this second part. So for this, let A be any closed set and U be an open set in X, such that A is contained in U, which implies that A is not contained in U complement, or we can write A intersection with U complement is empty. As U is open in X, which implies that U complement is closed, now we have two closed sets in X, that is A and U complement, which are disjoint. Now that is A and U complement in X. Now it is given that X is a normal space. So from the definition of the normal space, there exist two disjoint open sets that is V and W, such that V is containing A set and W is containing U complement, and V intersection with W is equal to empty. Now we have A is contained in V and U complement is contained in W, which implies that W complement is contained in U set and V is contained in the W complement from this intersection. So we have three conditions here and we can combine these three conditions, then we will get A is contained in V from this condition and V is contained in W complement and W complement is contained in U set. Now W is an open set in X then W complement is closed, which is containing set V, and we know that closure of any set is a smallest closed set that is containing that set. So we can write V closure is the smallest closed set containing V. So W complement is also a closed set which is containing V set, and the V closure is the smallest closed set. So from here we can say that V is contained in V closure, which is further contained in the W complement. Now we call this equation as first equation and it is a second. Now from first and second, we get A is contained in V, V is contained in its closure, which is contained in W complement, and W complement is containing open set U. So here we can conclude A is containing V, which is containing V closure, which is containing open set U, which satisfy this condition. If there is closed set A and open set U, which is containing A set, then there is at least one open set V, which is also containing A set and satisfy this condition. Now we will prove the converse part, that the second part is true, and then we will prove that X is a normal space. So for the converse part, now to prove the normality of X, we take A and B with two disjoint closed sets in X, or we can write A intersection B is empty, which implies that A is containing B complement. As B is a closed set, then B complement is open, which contains set A. Now we have one open set, that is B complement, and one closed set, that is A, and this open set is containing A set. So from the second condition, that any closed set A and open set U, which is containing A, then there is at least one open set V, which is also containing A and satisfy this condition. So here our U is B complement, then we can write there exists an open set V, which is containing A, such that we can write A is contained in V is contained in its closure, and it is further contained in the V complement. Now we have A is contained in V and V closure is contained in the B complement, which implies that B is contained in the complement of V closure. Since V closure is closed, then its complement will be open. In X. Now we got two open sets here. That is V and complement of V closure, such that one is containing A and other is containing B. Now to prove the normality of X, it is enough to prove that their intersection is empty. So take V intersection of complement of its closure, then it is empty because V is contained in its closure, because any set is contained in its closure. So V closure complement will contain in V complement, which implies that V closure complement will not contain in V. So it is an empty set, which implies that X is a normal space. Now in the next result, we will prove that any metric space is a normal space. So for the proof, let Xt be a metric space and tau be a topology which is induced by metric D. Then we will prove that X is a normal space. Then our two proof is that X with induced topology is a normal space. So we will prove this result by using the previous result. So for this, let A be any closed set and U be an open set in X, such that U is containing A set. As U is an open set, then for each X belongs to A, because U is containing A set, so we can take an arbitrary element of A. There exists a radius R which is positive, such that open ball with center at X and radius R is containing U set. Now further we can define a set, that is V, which is a union of all open balls with center at X and radius R by 2, and we take union at X belongs to A. So from the construction of V, we can say that V is an open set because it is a union of all open balls with center at X and radius R by 2, and X is an arbitrary element of A. So we can write A is containing V set. Now if we take closure of V, then it will be closure of union of these open sets, and which is written as X belongs to A. Now it is a union of closure of open balls with center at X and radius R by 2, and it is always containing the union of all open balls with center at X and radius R. So it is a bigger ball than this ball, so it is always contained in this ball. as this ball is contained in U, so its union is also in U because U is an open set. So we have A is contained in V is contained in its closure, and it is contained in open set U. So if we have one closed set and one open set, and open set is containing closed set here, then there exists one another open set V which is also containing A and satisfy this condition. So from the previous result, we can say that X is a normal space. So that's it. Thank you.